So I've been tasked with building a shelf. And I've cut all the pieces out, and it's kind of tall. Like, look at how tall this thing is. And I want it to be a flat pack where it completely disassembles, because it's a seasonal shelf. You can see it looks a little bit like a Christmas tree. That's because it is a Christmas tree. I want it to disassemble. I want it to flat pack. Maybe I should have researched flat pack more. I haven't. I was like, oh, I'll figure it out. I'm still there. Right now, I'm just thinking some tabs. You know, this plan's going to probably morph, change, and grow as I'm figuring things out. But this, I mean, this is big. You know, where would I store this? Not in season. Space is a premium. You know, my basement, it's always full of stuff. Always going through it, cleaning it up, because it just, you're gonna have space. You're gonna, oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I don't need. And this is a big shelf. Big. So each kind of triangle is a shelf. It's L-shaped shelf in between here. So that we can display Christmas lights and things. So right now the plan is I've got a base. I'm going to slot the bottom of these where it slots into the base. Just got a good foundation, right? Then I'm going to cut a slot, let's see, like right in here on each side. I was thinking like one slot at each end. Now I think maybe one big slot in the middle. And then that way it's supported both ways, where since you've got it on opposite angles, you know, that shelf should be pretty stable. Like it can't tilt this way, there's a slot in that wall. It can't tilt this way, there's a slot in that wall. Like it should be pretty stable. That's the plan. Now, I don't know how to get these pieces to hold together. Now I'm wondering, are my slots or my tabs to stay out there a little bit longer if I can put like a nail or a dowel or something, some kind of pin in it, so that if you've got it pinned, well, these things can't go because they're pinned to the shelves. I'd like to do it without any pins or dowels. I don't know how to do that. You know, I don't quite trust tension fit. I mean, to do tension fits, do it right, you'd have to almost taper. I still don't like that. So I'm thinking it's got to be, and maybe I just use some kind of a finishing nail to pin these things together. That way it's very thin, not very intrusive, doesn't really show. First I'm going to slot the base, these two pieces in the base, and go from there. How does that work? How does that not work? Because I don't really know. I'm just kind of guessing at it. Because I mean, I don't think the base will completely stop this wavering, but should help it. I mean, this is 8-inch wood, so my tabs and slots are going to be 1/8 inch. That's where we're at. That's where we're going to go. Yeah, did you see me cut all this out? No, you didn't. Just use a jigsaw. Marked it out. Jigsaw. That's it. Alright, let's tab and slot the bottom. Let's see how that goes. Because now I'm debating, do I start on the top shelf? Because I start on the top shelf, I'll just hold these together a little bit better. And that'll smaller, easier to work with, give me an idea on this pin thing I want to do. I need to sand the whole thing. These edges are a little rough, and they're straight off the jigsaw. It's ply, so even though I was using a bit that's supposed to be clean edge, it still chews up a little bit. There's no way around that. Alright, let's cut some stuff up. Let's make some holes. This thing looks done. Well, it's done, so I'm going to get. I'm giving up on it. Yeah, I should have known. Like, you look at most shelving and shelves, it's 3/4 inch wood, because it's a little bit thicker, and this, it's too flimsy. Like, you just, I mean, it technically flat packed, but I should have used 3/4. I should have known better, but I was just thinking, flat pack, usually a lot of flat pack stuff you see is laser cut 1/8 inch ply. So that's why I got 1/8 inch ply in my mind, but I didn't think about the fact that when you usually see a shelf, you got 3/4 inch plywood, 3/4 inch wood. It's just a little bit more sturdy. Another thing that gets me on this is being only two-sided, you got a lot of cantilever out on these parts, and just, when you look at it, it's just, that's flimsy. Like, I'm barely even touching it, and it's flimsy. Now, if I'd done 3/4, would it make this better? Yes, it'd make it better. You'd have a little more bite, because also, when I'm intersecting these pieces, I only got a 3/16 inch bite on it, so there's not a lot of bite. That contributes to the instability. Gone and done. I mean, I could try to do some kind of rod that, like, hooks in, going through all these, but since these are, the bottom is thicker, they get thinner as they go up, it's going to be weird, you know, like it's going to be too far in on the bottom, it's going to be right edge on the top. It's a learning experience, you know. I hate that I put all this time into it and it didn't work. That is the way it goes. Sometimes you do something, you realize it's just not going to work, and I can keep working on this, trying to make it better, you know, trying to make my slots thicker so I can put a pin in the back, but even at the end of the day, it's always going to be a little flimsy. There's just no reason to throw good money after bad. Not that it's money, but yeah, it's an apt metaphor. So I'm done. I don't know if you noticed. Check that out, my back. I had a bunch of these car posters and stuff, and had them sitting around. I thought, you know what? I'm going to decorate the garage door of my shop. Check that out. I got some, you know, Corvettes and Cadillacs and things. Just some stuff I picked up. That might be the most successful thing I've done this week. It's done. When you look at it, you see, so it's supposed to be a Christmas tree. I don't know how that top got off. I had that right, but things falling apart already. But it's done. It's a learning experience. Do I know who I should have done better? Yes. But then again, even if I redo this, I think the two-sided aspect of it is gonna be different. If I had a shelf, have something vertical on each side, shelf in between, like that is stable. Some cross bracing, that's good. This only two-sided thing, like you just get a little bit of cantilever when you get out there. So I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I have no desire to do anything with it. I never want to see it again because it didn't work. And yeah, it's kind of my fault, but still irritates me just seeing it because it's a sign of my abject failure, which I don't like. And I don't know. I don't know if I want to rebuild it or not. If I were to do it, it has to be at a 3/4. I think I get some better bite out of that. I mean, then too, as a proof of concept, I didn't really look much into flat pack. I just winged it. It's not bad. I mean, it's not a bad proof of concept. I think 3/4 could help. I think maybe some tabs or maybe even some shims, to like tighten some stuff up. Like you do 3/4 and you have some gapping, do some shims in there. Could help it work. I mean, ultimately the goal is to not have any shims, but like some of my slots here are pretty tight. Some are a little on the looser side. I don't know. I mean, overall, I don't know if it ever worked. And it's the kind of thing, like this is a piece of furniture, a shelf for items, but it's for Christmas decoration, so it's temporary. And generally furniture you see is a little more sturdy. Flat pack things may not be the way to go on this. I'll think about it later. But, and I learned some things about flat pack and shelving, like stuff I know. Like I know shelving. Every shelving I've ever done, any kind of cabinet I've ever done, it's always been 3/4. But I just had a flat pack in my mind. I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe I could do this with 1/8 inch, 3/16 inch ply. Didn't work. Didn't work. It's a quick example. If it had worked, as a flat pack, that packs down pretty flat. Unfortunately, it didn't work, so it didn't really matter for flat packs.